We must be very firm. You document yourself or you leave us in peace. And it has nothing to do, comrades, with any characterization of our character.
In the last quarter, first quarter of 2026, we lost 345,000 jobs, and indeed
that the unemployment rate rose to 33.6%. That's between the months of April and June, already referred to as the second quarter.
It's because we understand the consequences of their actions. Let me get off green screen.
So we all know the reason why Jacinta and her people, the March and March people, wanted or decided that they want to march across South Africa just to drive away foreigners, because they said foreigners are taking their jobs. Listen, all that has backfired, because the unemployment rate before they started this March and March and the rate now has rather shocked a lot of people. It has gone up. It has rather gone up. The unemployment rate has rather gone up. But I don't want to talk plenty. Let's go into the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. South Africans continue to be mired in deep unemployment. Stats SA data shows that the unemployment rate rose to 33.6%. That's between the months of April and June, already referred to as the second quarter. According to Stats SA, there were a net 16,000 few jobs in the period. The largest decreases in employment were recorded in community services and social services, showing a decline in jobs in the government sector, with constructions jobs also being lost, as well as transport. Private households also cut down on assistance in the home as people grapple with the cost of living. Meanwhile, the number of unemployed people rose by 345,000 in the period to 8.5 million. As always, it's the youth that continue to bear the brunt of high unemployment.
in the last quarter, first quarter of 2026, we lost 345,000 jobs, and indeed this quarter we have lost 16,000 jobs. Let us look at those that are outside the labor force. Of course, the students have always led in this regard. They have gone up by 1 percentage point, and quarter-on-quarter changes 101,000. The discouraged work seekers went down by 1.1%, straight by losing 227,000 jobs. Home seekers up by 0.2 of a percentage point, quarter-on-quarter changes 6,000. And of course, those who said they were too old or too young to work, they went up, they remained unchanged, my apologies. And of course, but there was a slight change in the absolute numbers, 24,000.
South Africa's unemployment problem just got worse. The latest figures from Stats SA shows that the unemployment rate has climbed to 33.6%. That's up from 32.7% in the first quarter of 2026. And here's the worrying part. Between April and June, the number of unemployed people increased by 345,000, bringing the total to around 8.5 million people that's not working in the country. At the same time, the number of employed people actually decreased by 16,000 to 16.7 million. So that means fewer people had jobs while more people were unemployed. And if we use the expanded unemployment measure, which includes people who want to work but aren't actively looking for a job, the rate is even higher at 43.8%. So looking at industry, 7 out of 10 sectors recorded job losses. Community and social services lost the most jobs, followed by mining, agriculture, manufacturing and utilities. There was some good news though. Trade added around 70,000 jobs, construction added 39,000, and finance added 11,000 jobs. But overall, the South Africa's unemployment rate is heading in the wrong direction. And with 8.5 million people officially unemployed, the jobs crisis remains one of the country's biggest challenges. So what do you think is causing unemployment to keep rising in South Africa? Let me know in the comments.
It's not that we hate her because she's a horrible human being with a very dark heart. It's not that we were against her because we feel she doesn't have a clue what she's doing. We don't hate Ungizwe noPhakela Mthakathi because we're convinced that they don't have a brain to think. It's not that. It's not only that. Let me qualify my statement. It's not only that, right? It's because we understand the consequences of their actions. Let me get off green screen. See, the thing is, to you, it feels like they've just invented fire. It feels like they've come up with something so miraculous. To you, it feels like they have the answer. We understand. We knew. We understand what was going to happen and what is happening. When we went against you, it's not because we had anything personal. When you say we hate them, no, it's not that we hate them. You are putting us down a very dangerous hill that we might not recover from. You understand that, right? You understand. This doesn't work. It never has, and it never will. You cannot succeed through ignorance. You can't. It's like hoping to find a delicious steak in a dump yard. It doesn't. You can't do it. Like you can't get freshness out of crap. It just doesn't work that way. That's not how life was designed. Ignorance begets and creates even more ignorance and destruction. It only ever goes horrible from here. It doesn't work. It really doesn't work. She has no idea. They have no idea what they're doing. They have absolutely no idea what they're doing. You cannot succeed while you are being used. Let me explain to you what I mean when I say they're being used. Stay with me. There's a conspiracy, Tag. There's a conspiracy that's on purpose. Here is the conspiracy. Africa must fragment, starting with South Africa or South Africa first. You see where the date was. This is the date that this was published. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. There's a plan for us. They're planning for us. The reason why, let me explain why Africa has to fragment. Stay with me. Let me show you. You see, the fourth quarter of last year, South Africa's official unemployment rate dropped to a multi-year low of 31.4 in the final quarter of 2025. Total employed was 17.1 million, an increase of 44,000 from the third quarter. Stay with me. We have been doing far too well for their liking, and they needed to destabilize that. Africa, if you look at other African countries, they were recording double-digit growth. Zimbabwe was recording 7% increases. If you look at Niger, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, they're approaching double-digit numbers in terms of their economic growth and their GDP growth. Where are the jobs, Doug? Where's the jobs that we've been seeing? Pick and Pay, Motspar employed 16,000 people. That they're beating their chest. There's more job losses, guys, that are still on the horizon. There are quite a number of job losses. I guess you guys are going to march every single Thursday. I guess it's not going to work. It's not you. What you guys are doing has never and will never work. You don't, man. Like, I don't even know how to break it down for you. This is too elementary for you to understand. If you keep affecting the economy the way that you are, guys, it's not going to happen. You really do believe it's President Nana Akufo-Addo a 1 million job by the end of this year? That's really now what you guys like. This is what this has always been about. Does it really, at some point, at some point, we have to put aside our pride. We have to put aside our pride and see things for what they are. They are here to destabilize the economy. The same people that you are chasing away from South Africa, because you're saying they are failed countries, nizobalandela very soon. Africa. Guys, building an economy is nip up in place. Building an economy is not an easy task. Fixing the fixing that we've been seeing last year is not the easiest. It's not the easiest. Does it make sense to you now why the police have not been interrupting? That doesn't make sense. Why the police have not done anything? You understand why? Let me explain why. Let me explain why. See, once again, actually, let me prelude that by this. Let me actually play this video. Stay with me.
Code 4 in 102 Codes of Power. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Niccolo Machiavelli wrote for rulers, not saints. And rulers understand this. The greatest victories are often won in silence. When your enemy misjudges, stay still. When they choose the wrong move, say nothing. Correction is mercy. And mercy has no place in power. Most men destroy themselves with pride. They speak too soon, they act too fast, they expose their weaknesses without ever realizing it. The ruthless do not interfere with error. They cultivate it. They let mistakes breathe. They let arrogance grow teeth until it devours the one who carries it. Power is not always in striking. Sometimes it is in watching, waiting, allowing collapse to happen without lifting a hand. Let them believe they are winning. Let them walk deeper into ruin. Comment.
This is why Jacinta is complaining that the police are not doing anything and the government's not doing anything. She needed to hide behind violence between the citizens of South Africa and the police. So she could hide in saying, no. The reason why the jobs are dropping is because there's this unrest or there's this genocide that the government is currently engaged in. The government is not giving her that. The circus has the clown has the circus right now. She's tired. It's becoming very clear right now. The circus, it's becoming very clear who's the clown in the circus. It's becoming very, very clear. She must fix it. She has the answers. And again, it's very funny when the mulch cult keep coming to us. What are the solutions? No, we clown in. Go to your Boswell. Go to your Boswell, the clown, and ask her the questions. What do we do from here? Stop coming to us and asking us what are the solutions. Go to your Boswell queen and where are the jobs? Let her employ you. I need to keep it. I need to she shut down your tuck shops. The only means of making of gaining income in the townships. She stripped you of your renters. People who are renting from you. She must fix things. She must fix them.
Another news don't hit South Africans this evening. You know what I say when I say news, as soon as see me they laugh when I know what's in a bad news. Unemployment rate in South Africa have surged by 33.6% just this evening. As I tell you now, so they snap and give me. Now my baby snap and give me. My baby in South Africa too. South Africans, I'm taking your women. So over 345,000 more people lose their job just from April to June. Bro! Unemployment rate have surged in South Africa by 33.6%. I said it last month. I said it will keep surging. We told you guys there's no way these foreigners are the ones taking away your job. These sponsor shops taking away your jobs. But you guys refuse to listen. You have already seen Jacinta real motive. She's just promoting herself because she wants to become a mayor in that country. Because she wants to become a mayor, she destabilized the whole country. Now your lives have become more harder for you guys to survive. Everything has been expensive for you guys. And now, you guys are finding out that the main reason that you guys are out there to solve is not even solve, it's worse. The main reason why you guys are out there because of unemployment, you guys have made it worse. What are you guys going to do now? What exactly are you guys going to do now?
What is going on? ENCA has just released this and said that South Africa's unemployment rate has increased from 32.7 in the first quarter of 2026 to 33.6%. How? Jacinta, they said they've created jobs. They've created many jobs. There are many people that are employed. Babi. Where are those many people that are employed from the jobs that you've obtained from foreign nationals? Where are they? Where are those people? Are you telling us that ENCA is lying? If I was to bet who is lying between you and ENCA, it's you. ENCA is a reputable news organization. It reports to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission. There are bodies that keep such organizations in check. Where now you just thumb suck ideas and numbers. You just pull them out of, I don't know. You just pull out things out of your backside and then you write them on Facebook and you think that makes them facts. Jacinta, the economy in the country does not operate on feelings and emotions. Countries are run on facts, policies and procedures and laws. If you didn't know. Marching every day and shouting does nothing for anybody except bring hunger and exhaustion. So in some cases, they lose their teeth. You've chased away all these foreigners. What have you accomplished? What has that accomplished? Where are the jobs that you say you have created? Hey, we've created jobs. Many South Africans are working. Hey, dun. Why haven't the figures gone down again? Namanga bo Jacinta, you are liars. And every day, these statistics continue to prove that you are liars. That is why the government just blue-ticked you. Because they know that they are dealing with a mad woman. That's why they blue-ticked you. And that's why you are so upset, because the government has not given you the time of the day. You cannot negotiate with fools. Nobody can negotiate with fools. They will just leave you and then they will leave the long arm of the law to deal with you. They have just blue-ticked you. And when you have run all the way to Tattoo Hampton for some significance. Even if XEN0PH0BIA was the last party on earth, I would never, ever. You cannot vote for people like Umamere and Uzandile, frontline states. Ngamanangi vule ya political party. Tattoo Hampton, Mamere and Zandile. Soze, shame. Never. Uyayanda yena ustingy akafuna uyayanda pali uyayanda that has joined XEN0PH0BIA. She's so stingy, doesn't even want to contribute any part of her salary. So she has rushed over to XEN0PH0BIA that is being funded. So yena, she doesn't have to take out money from her own pocket. What kind of a person are you? You want to advance the interests of black people, but you won't put your money where your mouth is. They've asked you to contribute a small amount of your salary towards the party and advancing the work of the party. Ayanda. When our phone you don't want, but you want to lead those people and you want those people to vote for you. But you don't want to sacrifice anything, Wena. No, you'd rather go and join Hampton, where you're going to be paid there, everything is funded and you're living lavishly. Then you claim to be in support of black people. That's why Jacinta endorsed XEN0PH0BIA. They are birds of the same feathers. They are all being funded and they're all after money, all of them. Now, XEN0PH0BIA said that they want to legalize the runners, but they say they want to legalize. They say there are runners that come to Joburg and buy things and they sell, and that they are facing this one and that one. That they, upon all the things that are happening in the country, the runners. I'll have to deal with that in a separate video game.
We must be very firm. You document yourself or you leave us in peace. And it has nothing to do, comrades, with any characterization of our character. Everyone knows our Ubuntu, but our Ubuntu cannot be abused. Everyone knows our willingness to work with those that are willing to develop our country. But we can't surrender our country to criminals. And therefore, comrades, and I've said this to Comrade President Ramaphosa, I've said this to the relevant ministers, if we can't formally take a decision on how best we manage this situation, we must forget about everything that we want to do. Our hospitals are overflowing when South Africans are requested to come with an ID document to identify themselves. They don't have to identify themselves, but expect to be serviced.
There are some stupid people who were saying that foreigners are flooding South African schools. Now, 400 schools to be closed in South Africa due to low student turnout.
The Eastern Cape Department of Education is closing 123 schools due to dwindling enrollment numbers. The decision to close the school was taken this financial year, with the move already being implemented in some facilities, and a further 300 schools will also be closed in the next few years.
And when I tell you that they don't like going to school, you think that I'm mad. Now look at this. 400 schools are shutting down because the kids, they don't want to go to school. South African children don't want to go to school. And then you claim that foreigners are flooding your schools when schools are closing because there are no children. You see, this what shows you the madness in this thing. The madness.
So when it comes to the match and Jacinta herself right now, the question is what they did upon all the things that they did, and they said they are fighting for their people to get employed and all that. Did they achieve it? Because when this match and was started and people were marching all over and Jacinta and her people, the unemployment rate was around 32%. Now it has gone up to 33 and over. So the question is, was it a good thing they did, or were they able to achieve whatever they wanted to achieve? That is the question I am asking. It is just sad. And now when it comes to even the tourism industry of South Africa, it has gone down. So the question is, what they did it help, or it rather destroyed the country? Many people are actually calling for the head of Jacinta because they feel they are the cause of all of this, and they are really calling for their heads, because Charlie, you cannot destroy a country like South Africa like this and just go scot-free. That's what people are saying. I don't know what you will say, but share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's know what you think, because Charlie, this is sad. Seriously, this is sad. A very beautiful country like South Africa, and they going through something of this sort. Nah, it's not nice. It's not nice at all. Thank you so much for watching.